A plane waits on an airfield in Wiltshire. It is due to take off tonight, bound for Rwanda, a cargo of asylum seekers on board. It is, to say the least, a controversial policy, but the Prime Minister invited the cameras into Cabinet today to emphasise he wants it to happen.
My message to everybody today is that we are not going to be in any way deterred or abashed by some of the criticism that is being directed upon this policy. Some of it from slightly unexpected quarters. We are going to get on and deliver.
Some of those arriving by boat may well find themselves signed up for the Rwanda scheme. Among others today, the Church of England's most senior bishops denounced the policy as immoral.
What is immoral about this policy is it is outsourcing the problem and placing it elsewhere. I have one parish in my diocese where 22 families are welcoming 22 Ukrainian families. That is a wonderful example of what we are called to do.
Any being flown out of the UK will be housed in this facility in Rwanda and their applications processed there. If they're successful, though, they will have to stay. Many have successfully argued at the High Court to get themselves removed from the flight on human rights grounds. The Prime Minister's blamed lefty lawyers. This experienced barrister disagrees.
It is not human rights lawyers which are causing all the problems, because we know that the Home Office itself have withdrawn a lot of these decisions and ensure that the individuals are not on that flight tonight, or our independent judges have made decisions in relation to the lawfulness of that removal.
But the government says this is happening, even if there are only a few on board.
The flight is going to take place today. It is going to leave today. I don't know exactly how many people will be on it, but if they're not on this flight, they will be on future flights.
The plane, though, is still on the ground. The government hopes it will soon be on its way and that others will follow.
Well, let's pick up live with Andy, who's at the Home Office for us today. Andy, the criticism keeps coming, doesn't it? But the government seem as though they're not going to be swayed on this one.
That's right, Dan. In the last hour, government sources have indicated to me that, yes, they want that plane to leave tonight, even if there are very few people on it. The point is that they want to show that the system can work even imperfectly, because they believe there is a real problem to address here, a problem that was evident again today when we've had more people crossing the channel in small boats, benign weather conditions today, but still clearly dangerous, children being brought in, people from Border Force having to help them come ashore. And the government wants to set up what they believe is a real deterrent to that, to stop people taking what they would regard as a very risky voyage, aiding people, traffickers, for instance, to make money, and try and make sure that they know if you come, there is a good chance that you will be sent to Rwanda. Now, today, what we've had is individual cases where people have been trying to get themselves taken off that flight because they would argue that their individual circumstances would amount to a breach of their human rights if they were to be put on that flight. As for the whole policy overall, there are a number of people who are trying to get that declared illegal, but we'll have to wait until next month for a judicial review when a number of people will try and get the policy overturned and declared illegal. But in the meantime, the government is insisting they're going to carry on trying to fly people out to Rwanda.